Hey, what's up, everybody? True Boxing here. Thank you for coming back to get hit with the truth. So today, doing the what's next on Michal Cieslak, the former two-time world title challenger, as he's coming off of his second career defeat at the hands of Lawrence Okolie on February 27th, when he challenged for the WBO title. It was an ugly fight. I don't think people are expecting it to be, kind of a hold fest and these two guys not to give a good battle. I really thought it was going to be a good battle. And, Cieslak fought hard, but just couldn't seem to, get a rhythm going. And I know a lot of that had to do with holding, and he would lose a convincing but kind of uneventful unanimous decision. He also took a knockdown in that fight. So, a little disappointed in how it all shook out, but Cieslak now, where does he go following this performance? And to be honest, I don't know. I think he really kind of took a step back in terms of what he's gonna try to accomplish at cruiserweight. Going forward, he's really gonna have to start from scratch. But the thing is he's still a good enough fighter, in my opinion, to make a serious impact in a wide open division. It's just opportunity is gonna be the thing, is gonna be key here. Not a lot of the champions, now that he's fought Okolie, and he also came up short against Makabu. The other two champions, Gulamirian and Maris Bradis, we don't know how long those guys are gonna be champions, but it might be a long road back for Cieslak trying to become, get another crack at a title. So the big question, what's next for Michal Cieslak? Let's jump into it, and we'll kind of briefly run through the top 10. I'm pretty sure he'll be back before the end of the year. I don't think he's the type of fighter that would take that much time off, in between fights, following a decision loss. But, I don't see Maris Bradis, the IBF champion, won't be interested. He wants a bigger fight, so he won't be interested. Number 2, Junior Dorticos. This is an interesting one. If both men are interested, I don't know if Dorticos would be on his ride back, but see, Dorticos is an avoided fighter as well. So Dorticos might take on the chance and go score. If he could get a knockout, it could be his thing to say, hey, look, I knocked the guy out, and Makabu and Cieslak couldn't knock him out. So that might be his, his idea if he were to entertain this fight between him and Cieslak, but I have to say, I don't see it. Number 3, Ilunga Makabu, a rematch. Makabu's not giving him a rematch. That's not going to happen. Number 4, a rematch with Lawrence Okolie. Doubt it. I don't see Okolie giving him a shot again. Noel Gavor, interesting matchup. Gavor is an avoided fighter. He took Maris Bradis, gave Maris Bradis hell back in 2018. Would he fight Cieslak? Maybe. It's definitely a maybe. I could see the possibility of this fight taking place later in the year. Alexei Papin. I think Papin's more in a driver's seat for a shot, so I don't think he'd want to ruin that right now, and take a step back and fight Cieslak. Not to say it's not possible, I just think it's high risk for a guy in a position as Papin, so I don't see it. Then you got Badu Jack, the former world champ. Doubt it. Bad matchup for Jack, who's debuting, who's trying to make a splash at cruiserweight. Don't see it. Tabiso Mashunu, he's coming off of a loss as well. This fight makes sense to me between two guys who have fought for the WBC title in the last couple years. That this could be an angle to get in line for an eliminator, because Mashunu came up short, in controversial fashion against Makabu, and Cieslak did too, in a way. So I think this one kind of makes sense, and this one might be possible right here. I wouldn't be surprised if these two guys locked up in the second half of the year. And then lastly is Mateusz Masternak, the veteran. You never know. If Masternak wants to throw himself in the mix and take a shot, Cieslak would be a decent guy to do that against. But Cieslak is not an easy opponent. He's a tall guy who can box and who can take punches. So he's not an easy and attractive opponent for guys who are trying to have an easier road to a world title. But there might be some guys out there that might give him an opportunity. And I'll be honest with you, I think him and Mashunu probably makes most sense among all the top 10 guys. Dorticos, Papin, those guys would be taking risks to take the fight, but that's not to say that they wouldn't do it, because it is, you know, it could be appealing to come out and beat them or beat a guy like Cieslak. But again, Cieslak is going to have to start over and work himself back in the mix. And, you know, he didn't do himself any favors by not having a good performance against Okolie. So we'll see what happens. But that's the what's next on Michal Cieslak, the now former two-time world title challenger, following a unanimous decision loss to Lawrence Okolie for the WBO title. I hope you guys enjoyed it. True Boxing, you've been hit with the truth.